Hey guys. All right, so we're going to be talking about Insecure season 5, episode 6. I know you guys are used to Miosha starting, but it's me today. So Miosha's not going to be here on video, but hopefully we'll see her pop up in the comments. We have a friend who's going to be joining us. Hey y'all. I'm trying to wave at everybody. But we have a friend who's going to be joining us here shortly, and she and I will be doing tonight's live. So yeah, just going to give her a second to join. But if you do watch Insecure, let us know who you want us to start with. Who should we start talking about first? Like, which characters should we start talking about? Let us know in the comments here. Hey Miosha. All right, I'm just waiting for our friend Crystal to join. It might take her a second. Yeah, this episode was definitely crazy. Okay, so you want us to start with Nathan first. Other people, who should we start with? Okay, she's on. Do you see a request to join? You have to send a request. Oh, hold on. View request. All right. All right. So she should be here shortly. So we have one vote for Nathan. Hey.
I was waiting. I was like, I am on. I promise I came on time.
Guys, this is Crystal. If you've been on one of our game night lives, you will know that she has been on a lot of our lives. So she's a friend of the podcast. If you watch Insecure again, just let us know which character you want us to start with. I didn't watch the episode yet. I need to click off. Yes, you can still stay for support, but we don't want to give you any spoilers. All right, so we have two Nathans. So I guess we can start with Nathan. I'm trying to wave at everybody who comes in. All right, so let's start with Nathan. Because it's Nathan and Issa, I feel like we should start with Issa and Nathan. So they have this whole moment where Issa is searching for that "I love you."
Oh, yes.
Or everywhere, it was nowhere to be found.
Like, secondhand embarrassment. I can't watch this. I'm like, fast forward.
I know. How do you feel about that? Do you think he should have said it already? Are you team Nathan? Because we haven't talked about this. Are you team?
I'm not team anyone. I actually love I love Nathan, but I don't think he had to say I love you back. I don't feel like he should be like pressured to say anything he does not truly mean.
Yeah.
So that entire scene was just really awkward, and I was like, I don't want to be here.
Right. It's like that scene you have to pause it, like, oh, I can't believe that's happening.
Literally, I was like,
yeah, I
was, oh my gosh.
I know, very cringe. I don't think he should be forced to say I love you either, but the fact that they hadn't talked about it was just like a little bit weird. And I think she called him out that she's like, oh, you're always avoiding things. I'm like, Issa, you're one to talk. I feel like, go ahead.
But I'm not sure if she meant it in like a romantic way, because she was like, that's why I love you. Like, I'll tell my friends that's why I love you. But then like that awkward pause, I'm just like, did she mean that? Did she think he meant that? Did he think she meant what she meant? So
yeah. Miosha was saying, she was like, to me, she didn't say I love you because there was that like.
Exactly. It was like, that's why these are the reasons why I love you. I mean, I can love you as a person, but not as a partner yet.
No, but
searching for it back.
Exactly. So like I said, if she didn't mean it, she would not have been searching for it in this episode at every turn. She's like, oh, you just like it. Well, what do you love? Like, girl.
I was like, oh my God, he doesn't love anything. I'm like, just
I love you.
I'm like, stop talking. I can't do this.
Yeah, no, it was very, very, very awkward. Since we're on Issa, we have to talk about this scene at the beginning. That might have been the funniest Insecure scene in all 5 seasons.
Ever. Oh my God.
Did you think she actually had a conversation with them, like last week when they showed the previews? Did you think she was actually going to try to have a conversation with them?
No, I did. I did not actually. But again, with Insecure, you never really know what the heck is going on in her head. Half the
Yeah.
time, I'm like, is she imagining or is this real? Is this real?
Because it was so normal at first, right? It was like, can we
Mm-hmm.
just like act like this isn't awkward? Let's
Yeah.
not make this a thing, you know? Would you do that? Would you go up to your ex and his new like person? If you were Issa, would you have gone up to them?
Would I have gone up to them? Probably not. Or I would like, I would hide. I'm like, I don't like awkward situations. I don't like confrontation, especially like if it ended on like a bad note. Yeah, I mean, I would probably make no. I don't want to see you. Especially don't want to see your
Yeah.
baby. Like what the heck?
Yeah, that was so weird. Like when she was like, "Well, do you want to hold it?" I would never.
Girl, let me tell you what. When I saw that scene, I'm like, Issa, you want to hold him? I'm like, I want to chunk that baby. And then it happened. I'm like, bro, I was like, why are y'all in my head?
Yeah, it was just strange. Like I would, of course, I would never be like, "Oh, do you want to hold him?" Because no, like I don't know. Everybody doesn't need to hold the baby, but also if I were Issa, I wouldn't have been like, "Oh, sure." Like who wants to hold? Like I'm glad she didn't actually say anything. Go ahead.
Well, I've been in this situation before with an ex. So an ex who had a baby while we were in a relationship, and then it's a long. Yes, I gotta fill you in later,
Girl.
but then he had the baby, and then at like an event, I saw the baby, and he was like, "Oh, this is so and so." I'm like, "Mm-hmm," and I'm like, "Oh, she looks, like a baby." I mean, I'm cute or what? But he was like, "Do you want to hold her?" I'm like, "No, I don't think so. Like, I don't want to actually."
Exactly. Hey y'all, welcome. We're talking about Insecure season 5, episode 6. Because she said what? Yeah, we need to have you on the podcast to tell that story, Crystal.
It is traumatic. To this day, I'm just like, why God? Why me?
Oh no. Okay. Yeah, so definitely since we're on like Condola scenes, that other scene with Condola where she was standing there, Issa was standing there trying to get her food.
Girl. She was like, and we're engaged.
Right. Oh yeah, we got engaged. Now he makes $1 billion a month. Like,
I was like, wait, what?
hey girl, that was so exaggerated, but I did like that. It was a funny moment. Condola, or I think her name is Christina Elmore, but she did a great job like acting that out. I thought it was a cute scene. But clearly, like Lawrence and this whole Condola situation is like still on Issa's mind. So that's like another thing where I'm like, is she really in love with Nathan again, or
Issa don't know what she want. Issa is so wishy-washy. She
you
don't
think so?
she don't know who she wanted. Whether it's Daniel, you remember Daniel from what season?
No,
What?
I forgot him. Of course, I remember Daniel.
So fine. Anyway, Lawrence. I feel like her heart. I feel like she really loves Lawrence, and like she was really trying to build a life with him, and then this whole Condola relationship situationship.
Yeah.
I feel like she's just very bothered, but has really not really what's the word like face her problems, I guess.
Yeah, like she's probably avoiding it. So do you agree with Nathan when she addressed the whole, hey, we haven't even talked about this whole I love you situation? He's like, you all over the place.
Yeah, she is all over the place. I'm just like, girl, what do you want?
Okay.
Like you crying on the dude. I mean, like
No. This might be an unpopular opinion. I haven't talked to a lot of people about the episode. It just came on yesterday. But I kind of feel like if they're past that point, they're past that point. You cannot keep bringing up, oh, you cried in my mouth. You know, like when you guys have addressed it and squashed it 2 episodes ago. You can't keep like haunting her with that. I don't think that's fair. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree in the comments, but I think it was really unfair for him to bring that up because it's like, we've talked about this. We decided on a direction we're going in, and I was going in that direction, and I feel like you're not. You don't get to bring that up. That's just how I feel about it. I don't know. That might be unpopular.
I feel, okay, he definitely needs to let it go, but I feel like she and him need to have like a serious talk. Like, here's where my head is at, where my heart is at, you know, like what I would like from this relationship.
Okay.
And not just like expect things from the other person, because no one is going to read your mind, you know? And you can't be mad if that person does not act accordingly.
Yeah, and my friends got on me about this, but I was like, I don't like how he kind of like cabbage patched his way into, oh yeah, I'm her boyfriend. Like, no. See, and these are the consequences of this whole, oh, well, we in it now type of situation. Mm-hmm. Because you can't be like, oh yeah, I'm your boyfriend, and then I don't know. They just need to communicate a lot better than they are, and it's so disappointing to watch.
So my thing is, why did she feel like he had to tell her like, I love you back? Was it like some sort of validation to her, or maybe in her mind it's like, if I love him and he loves me back, I can move on? I can foreign or something? I don't know.
Yeah.
If this was a new relationship, you said you wanted to take it slow. This is not taking it slow.
Okay. But we're not sure who, and I don't want to come off like I'm defending Issa, but I think they agreed to take it slow, and she was trying to. She just felt how she felt. And I don't know if it's the validation. I think she just kind of feels a little vulnerable now that she has said it and he has not said it. So I think that's what it is. But the whole her being wishy-washy thing came up when he said, oh, I don't know if LA is for me. So how do you feel about him being like, you know, I don't even know if this is for me, and, you know, teasing the idea of I'm about to leave LA? How do you feel?
I don't really, that's because I'm the type of, like, I'm just very straightforward, you know, in a relationship. Like, I'm very, you know, like, these are my plans.
Yeah.
Unless we have established something where it's like, this is where, you know, our relationship, this is where our relationship should be or should move towards. Like, I would tell you straight up, like, you know, I don't see myself in this relationship. I don't see myself in this state. I don't see myself in this country. And I feel like at least he told her. And I'm not team Nathan. But I'm just be straightforward. Both of them communicate. They both need to communicate.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think Miosha said he tried it. And regarding like the I love you, he doesn't have to say it back, but say something. Absolutely. There was a conversation needed to be like had by this point. But yeah, I think he is a single man, unmarried. So I don't think he necessarily needs to like, ask permission to leave. But I don't think her reaction to it was unreasonable. I think, you know, she felt the way that she felt. And it's like, okay, like, you're thinking about leaving, and here I am thinking, even if we're going slow, like, we're at least going in a direction that would require us in the same place, possibly. Yeah, flaky.
Yeah. Nathan is very unserious. He's an unserious man. he's very, he's given, like, straight fuck boy. That's exactly that's what I get. No, I'm just like,
Yeah.
He said, I don't know why you wouldn't follow behind this man.
Exactly. He should have just been a friend.
I can't be mad at him because he's shown his true colors. He's been consistent in being flaky. And Issa is just like a little puppy. Like, come on, girl, you don't
Well,
need.
as a friend, he's been consistently
Yeah,
there.
but
But
as a
yeah, so,
partner,
as
like
a partner, they're just not
it's
giving
like
what, like, it's just not giving.
she's trying
Um,
it, and I don't want like she's gonna end up hurt.
she's already hurt because
Well, hurt more, more hurt, hurt her.
exactly. Let me see if there was anything else I wanted to say about them. No, I said it all. It's funny that she's avoiding stuff when she's the avoider. But yeah, I think we've said it all. Like, he doesn't have to say I love you back, but they need to have a conversation about it. He needs to let stuff go if they're past that point. I thought she was kind of the bigger person in that conversation, because he's like, you're not even checking to see how I am. And she's like, okay, I will, or fine, I am. Like, she didn't have to do that. She was the bigger person in that instance, and she was the one who was like, okay, let's just drop it. So
And
I,
he was like, fine.
huh?
And he goes like, fine, and goes on just doing what. I was like, ooh, I can't stand men like that. I'm like, argue with me, goodness.
Right. I would break down and just cry, honestly, in that situation. You don't want me.
Literally, I would be like, oh, we fighting for random.
Yeah.
We need to argue.
Yes. Okay. So I'm gonna ask this regarding Nathan.
Okay.
I know you're not like, you don't go to the barber shop, but was he wrong for taking that other barber's client?
Ooh, that was hilarious, and it's funny because I actually asked my male friend this.
Okay.
He was like, in his words, if it became taking long, I'll go and find someone else.
Yeah, like if
He was like, I got places to go. He was like, nobody wants to wait for somebody who is notoriously late.
yes.
I value my time.
But that's from the client's perspective. I mean, Nathan was the only one to volunteer. There were other barbers there. I don't remember if there were people in all of their chairs, but I think
Yeah.
he was like approaching it as like a bro code or a barber code type thing. Like, you don't
Yeah.
touch other barber's head. I don't know.
I don't know these men. I guess it's time for a man to answer because I don't know.
We don't have enough men on the line. If you're a
Like,
man on the line,
for me, like I have two locticians. If one can't make it, I'm gonna choose another one. I'm
I'm not loyal.
fixed. Hello.
Yeah. Yeah, she said he should have let him lose the client.
Yeah, should have, but I didn't like his react. That dude was just foul. Throwing all that stuff in his face, like, oh, you're bipolar. I'm just like, oh no.
Yeah, he said you're bipolar. He called him soft. Like,
Yeah.
why
Yeah.
people don't talk about their like what's going on with them. It's because of types of responses. Like,
Yeah.
they're soft about him, and yeah. So I like that they highlighted it. I think, Insecure, they always do a good job of like highlighting issues. So I think they did a great job highlighting it. But yeah, he was absolutely foul. And honestly, like, I did you a favor. So if you're a responsible adult who understands how business works, you would be thanking me. And then, like, the way he was so passive about it, like, oh, we're talking about collecting rent. Oh, Nathan got mine. It was one client. He does not have your rent. Like, come on. That one head is not your rent. Calm down.
It was like I was gonna bring in what was it called?
Was it Naughty by Nature? Was it?
You Kids on the Block? Something.
No, it was not. You kids.
Not New Kids on the Block. It was Naughty by Nature. It was what was the group? It was like I'm gonna bring
Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang, yeah, but not anymore.
Right. Okay. They probably don't want to come anyway because you late.
Thank you.
But yeah, so I think that's it as far as Nathan goes. I had here like shout out to Issa for being a great friend and taking care of the family.
Yeah.
I thought that was excellent. Do you think Issa was right for apologizing to Crenshaw?
The way, I mean, he has the right to feel how he feels. So, like, he has the right to feel how he feels. So, I mean, if she is her apology, is it sincere or is it just, like, can you stop writing crap about me? Or is it like, I'm actually genuinely sorry?
Yeah, so I think he was right in feeling the way that he felt, especially when he's like, oh, you must want something now.
Exactly.
again, it was another conversation that should have, like, I was with Issa on the whole Crenshaw thing. I think he stepped out of line, but I do think as the business owner, if she said,
it's so triggering.
huh?
That episode is so triggering.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It is. But I think as the business owner, she should have addressed it either after it happened that night instead of avoiding it, or when she saw him saying stuff online, she could have gone to him and just said, hey, this is my business. This is something I care about. Let's have like a come to Jesus moment and resolve our issues, you know? So I think that was her only fault, is if you're going to apologize, the timing of the apology matters as well.
Not because you want something, exactly.
But he was in the wrong, and I think he needs to be held accountable too, because he's like, yeah, I popped off on the gram. No, let's stay there. Because you did pop off on the gram, didn't you?
I'm done. But why did he pop off on the gram?
Yeah, you know, and so I think he is being unreasonable, but that's the one thing that I don't disagree with him on, is like, now you want something and that's why you're coming back. And it seems like he's coming from a genuine place. So maybe if she would have just had that conversation of, hey, I went to bat for you. I wanted you to have this opportunity. And, you know, even because things went well, she could have said, hey, you know, it went well, but here's where I was coming from, you know, instead of bringing these brownies that are hitting anyway.
I'm hitting.
Right. So yeah, I don't think she had to apologize per se, but as the business owner, it probably would have served her right to apologize and sooner.
Definitely.
Okay, we haven't talked about Molly yet. I feel like there's a lot to say.
Molly.
First of all, why are you embarrassing us? Like, what?
Molly was the dance. Yo, the dance. Oh God.
Why? Like, she just got a little too comfortable in her professional space. And it seemed like the other people were comfortable too, because they were saying like different things, you know, but none of them was having Molly time and twerking like she.
I feel like she's always so like guarded and so like stuck, type A.
Stuck up.
Yeah, very stuck up. And this was like her one time she like let go, and she just let go a little too much. Just a little too much, looking for, that phone. She's like, I found a watch very far from my door.
Like, but close to the other rooms, like in the hallway. Yeah, I think
this episode is cringe.
It was an analogy for Molly this season. Like, we've talked about several times how, you know, she just swung too far to the other side, uptight, and then she just like did a complete 180. And I feel like that's what happened this episode. She was uptight at her job, which I'm glad they called her out on, because she was doing a lot. You guys don't use DocuSign? But she definitely swung too far again. So I need my girl Molly to learn what balance is. Like, someone needs to introduce her to that word.
Mm-hmm. Definitely agree.
Have you ever had a moment like that with your coworkers? Crystal's very tight with her. I don't even think she lets her coworkers follow her on social media.
So not anymore. They're all blocked. Yeah, I don't do that. But I have one coworker who I'm very close with now, only because of one incident that just brought us closer together. So, you know, like my first year as a teacher, you know, these kids be running you wild. Ooh, these kids, their parents are worse. But anyway, so we go to happy hour one day after just a horrible week. I mean, the whole school's feeling it. And maybe I get a little too turned at happy hour, and maybe my coworker has to drive me home. Maybe I'm very drunk and I fall in the bushes, just maybe. So since then, that was 7 years ago. We have been best friends from that incident. She was like, I've never, ever helped a coworker in the car who was like drunk. I'm like, yeah, that's me.
You're having a Molly moment, but also you were in your early 20s.
Yes.
Is 30 something.
Yeah.
She's a whole lawyer out here, but I'm glad that she's more comfortable around her coworkers. I feel like this is what she might have had in mind about like coming to work at, you know, a Black law firm. I'm cool with the people I work with. We connect on several different levels. So I'm happy for her. I'm also glad that she like finally opened up to somebody about what was going on.
Yes. Like I said, very guarded. And that I was not expecting her to open up because I'm like, last episode, I'm like, just tell them what's going on.
Yeah.
And she kept, and I'm like, that is such like, not really a burden, but that's just a lot to hold to yourself, you know, trying to help family, then you're trying to balance work, and then you're trying to meet deadlines. And I felt bad. I'm like, oh, I love Molly.
Okay, she says, I don't know if we can really trust Torian.
Ooh.
Okay.
I hope that video just stays in their phone. That's all I hope.
The videos, because she was like, oh, y'all got what?
I hope the video, because as soon as I saw that, I'm like, I hope they don't use this as like, I don't know.
I hope we can trust Torian for a few reasons. I do think he genuinely likes her. When he said, my mom had a mug, I was like, oh, I think he likes her, you know? She says, they don't need to be close friends. What do you guys think? If you're watching this on YouTube, like, what do you think? Should Molly and Torian be close?
No, do not mix business with pleasure. Just don't do it. No, don't do it. This is not Grey's Anatomy. Like this, no, we're not doing this.
They are so funny. Like, dang, y'all don't ever meet people out of the hospital.
Like, hello.
Well, I'm gonna say this about Molly and Torian. I'm not mad at it. Actually, I understand not mixing business with pleasure, but these are two grown people. They are like in their 30s. They're professional. They're great at what they do. Torian is on top of his like career. As you can see, like even with him sharing that story about his brother and taking over for her with the whole retreat thing. So I'm not mad at it. If I think back to season 1, Molly, I actually think Torian is the type of guy that she would have wanted to end up with. So if they get together, I'm not mad at it. I think maybe I see your comment. I'm not mad at it. I think he checks off her boxes. He's ambitious and driven. He has great employment. And he actually seems to be a nice person. Now that the layers have peeled back, he seems like a decent human being.
Trust nobody.
Trust nobody.
Literally. That's how they trusted that one girl who robbed them. Who had them robbed. Like, no. Like, I know.
Wow, y'all are okay. I'm gonna have to ask my other friends about this because y'all are like, no. I'm here for Torian and Molly. You say no. You know, she's in the comments saying no, but I actually like it a lot. And we weren't saying don't mix business with pleasure when Lil Rel's character was on the show.
Who?
The Lil Rel, the comedian, when his character was on the show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we weren't saying don't mix business with pleasure. So I like Torian and Molly. I think maybe that's why they kept him around this long, was because that would be such a cute relationship story. Oh, she came in, I hated her. She was like way too ambitious. She was clashing with me, but then we found some common ground. I like it.
Okay, we'll see how it goes. She said that don't count.
It does count. He worked for the same company. Whatever.
Okay.
The last thing that I had here was like, how did her mom just wake up today and she could possibly leave tomorrow? How?
So
the same hospital that didn't even know that was her mom on the bed took her to the wrong person. Like,
that was that was a very funny scene to see the other family members sitting there. She was like, that is not my mom.
Okay.
I should not laugh this much.
Man. Was there anything else that you took away from this episode that you want to call out?
Oh, I like the. I like. Well, actually, no, that was last episode. Just kidding.
I like that we saw multiple people. So I feel like one of the things like earlier in this season was seeing a lot of people at the same time. So I like that everybody was kind of in this episode. I want to know what happens with Lawrence and Condola. Like, it's been a couple of episodes now, and I need them to like give us the update.
Are they like co-parenting, or are they in a relationship, or trying to make it work? I'm glad
Did he actually move back?
I'm actually glad he moved back. That was really big on his.
Do we know that he did?
Oh, actually, well, you know what? Maybe not, because her dream is not reality. Maybe he did, or is he down for like appointments? I mean,
right?
Was he sick, or was it just like? I mean, why would it be taking him at nighttime? Was it nighttime when she saw them?
I don't know, because they were in the building, so I actually don't. No, it was daytime, I think. Seems like Issa feels a way about Lawrence potentially moving back. Should she care? I don't know that she should care, but I think it's relatable and natural that she does.
Oh,
and if she didn't, I'd be like,
if she's not addressed for, like, she loves him. I wholeheartedly believe she loves him. She is in love with him. Even though she tried to move on, him being back or her seeing him, she has not really like addressed I would not really her issues, but her relationship with them before like trying to move on. So I mean, I would care too. We've been there. Well, I've been there.
I do care, and I'm not even in the show. but anyway, so yeah, those are our thoughts on Insecure season 5, episode 6. We do have a new podcast episode coming out this Friday, so make sure you look out for that. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. We put all of these Insecure reviews on there. We're actually thinking about maybe going like live and doing another show once Insecure ends, but that'll be on the YouTube channel. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel, link in bio, and we will catch you guys next week for episode 7. Krista, you look like you had something to say.
Milsha said it's been a whole year. That baby won?
No.
Oh, sorry.
Bye, guys. I'll catch you next week.
No, I was like, what is happening?
All right. I'll talk to you later.
Bye.